Hi, this is Pastor Dan Axtell, and this is Trimester 3, Session 10. This is where we begin to build our teams for next year. So this is a 2-year process. We're coming to the end of year number 1. And so this has been a year for 2 to build into 12. And now each of those 12 with their buddies are going to go out and replicate that. They're going to build their own team, and they're going to minister that same curriculum into those folks. So this is kind of the way we like you to do this. We want it to be all for one and one for all. This is not a competition. This isn't who's going to have the best team next year, who's going to be able to recruit better than who. This is everybody together, and so we want to really start off together. We also want to allow God to be right in the center of this. This isn't something we're doing for God. This is something we're doing with God. So we want to allow Him to take the lead. And so we're going to do what's called the fishbowl recruiting process. And here's how it works. You need a clear bowl. It could be a real fishbowl. It could just be a glass bowl. But you're going to actually physically set that in the middle of the room on a table or a chair where you meet, where everyone can see the bowl. And then you're going to ask everybody in your group to spend some time in prayer. And during that time in prayer, just quietly in that room, every person is going to ask God, God, would you show me who you want to be in my group? And whether it's a face or a name that pops into your mind, you're going to write that down. So everybody's going to need a piece of paper and the ability to write that down as God puts that idea in their mind of that person. Once you've completed that process, take several minutes to do that. Don't rush it. But once you complete that process, you're going to take every name that was given by God to an individual in your group, and you're going to tear that name off and you're going to put it in the bowl. That bowl should be full of names that God gave you. And then from that point, you're going to pray again. And so you're going to ask the entire group to now gather around that bowl and pray that God would lead and guide, and that each name that was put in there it represents a life. It represents a person, and that you pray for those people. And then you're going to take names back out. And the reason we do that is because every name that you take back out is a name that you're going to recruit personally. So you're committing to recruit from. It could be the same one you put in, but it doesn't have to be. I'll leave that to you. But you're going to meet with that person and ask them if they would be willing to commit to a 2-year process just like you did. It's so important here. That meeting needs to be face-to-face. You cannot do recruiting on the phone. You can't send them a text. You can call them or send them a text to say, hey, would you like to have coffee, or would you like to get together for lunch? But you need to meet with them face-to-face. And when you do meet with them, just sit down and share with them how this has impacted your life, why you think it would be a good thing for their life. Let them know it's a 2-year commitment. They'll be partnered up with a buddy. They'll be meeting together with a whole team of people of up to 12. There's a nice curriculum that they'll go through, and that they will be ready at the end of 1 year to pass it on to a whole nother group of folks, and that this is exponential. It has the power to change communities, to change the future of our country. And so give them the recruiting, but then tell them it's not for everybody. And if you're not excited about doing this, please don't take a chair from someone who is. This has to be the right timing. It has to be something that God has put on their heart. And if they desire to do it, then we want them there. Give them 24 hours to make up their mind. Typically, people say, I need time to digest this and think about it. But if they don't know within 24 hours that they should be doing this, then probably they shouldn't be doing it. And so you're going to meet with each person that you committed to meet with over the next 2 weeks, and then you're going to come back and report back to everybody how things went, and together, you guys are going to build up next year's teams. So this is Trimester 3, Session 10, Building a Team with the Fishbowl Model.